Hope you're well, hope you're well, hope you're well. Hope you're swell, hope you're swell, hope you're swell. Hope you're wavy, hope you're wavy, hope you're wavy, hope you're crazy. I make music, I make music, I make music. I'm doing a song day challenge where the goal is to drop a song a day to the end of the year. I drop 7 songs every Friday, 7 songs. So link in the description if you want to check that out. Link in the description if you want to check that out. Hey, today I was at Starbucks and I got up. I don't know how else to say this, but I had a boner. And it wasn't because I was thinking anything. You know, sometimes you sit. It doesn't take much for this thing to stand up. And yeah, the issue is when you're wearing tight pants. Like I was wearing jeans, so not like tight pants, but like jeans, chinos, stuff like that. It shows. And I got up and it looked like I had a tent in my pants. And I quickly put my hand in my pocket to make it look like I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my god. And then it went down. But it's like, I don't think anyone saw. I hope not. I go to that Starbucks a lot, so it's really embarrassing. Anyway. Wild. Honestly, it does not take much for it. For the little bro to become big bro. Anyway. Yesterday I attended a friend's book signing. He wrote a book and he was signing it at the bookstore, which is very cool. I knew him from film school. I know him from film school. And yeah, his brother's doing really well because he was there with his brother. They both have books out. His brother's book was like #1 on the top selling list. Or not. So there's bestsellers, which is like its own category where I think if you're on a bestsellers list, you're probably making bank off of your book. But then that's different from like the bookstore's top 20. So it's like, I think to be in the top 20 you have to sell a certain amount of copies per week. But I think it's more so for up and coming authors or something. I don't know how it works, to be honest. It could be anything. I don't know. But the way he explained it to me is you sell a certain amount per week and then you get put on that list. So I don't know if they make provisions for like up and coming authors and they separate that list from like bestsellers who are selling the hundreds of thousands of copies or something like that. Maybe not hundreds of thousands, but thousands and thousands of copies. I don't know. But he was #1. I was like, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy. So he signed. Maybe I should show it to you. He signed the book. Hold on. The homie signed the book. It's a novella, so it's short. It's not a full-length novel, but it's still, still a healthy sized book. How many pages? 150. It's called Hour of the Wolf by A.J. Gallows. It's not his real name, but that's the pseudonym he chooses to use. A.J. Gallows. A.J. Gallows. Hour of the Wolf. A.J. Gallows. Gallows spelled Gallows. It's on Amazon Kindle, so you can get it there if you want to read it. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to. But yeah, I showed up. I think it's good to support people when they're engaging in whatever artistic endeavor, you know. So it was nice to show up and support him in this way, get his book for him. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. I don't know. He said he started so this guy who wrote this, his brother apparently started his own publishing company, which is insane, and that's how he published his book. I'm thinking that might be a plan. That might be something I can do. I'd have to speak to him to further understand the ins and outs of doing that. That sounds complicated. Maybe it's not that complicated. I don't know. So you just have to. I guess you have to find out. I'd love to get my book into a bookstore. That'd be a dream. Imagine seeing your name on a shelf. But yeah, it inspired me to like to keep writing. So I too can one day have my own book. Maybe I'm cool with it just being on Amazon for now. Maybe I don't have to have a physical edition. This is sick though. It would be nice to have a physical edition. This is a sick cover. Yeah. I was thinking about intimacy, right? Like, someone talked about how with the issue with like homosexual relationships as opposed to heterosexual relationships with men in particular, with men, it's like men are horny, so they'll just have tons of sex without barriers, right? Whereas with the male and female dynamic, there are barriers because women have periods, women during pregnancy will have moments where they don't want to have sex, obviously, and then even after pregnancy, once they've pushed an entire human out of them, it's gonna be some time before she wants to get intimate again. It could be weeks, it could be months. Depends on the woman. I've heard cases where the woman, it takes her like a month or two to really get back into that mindset, just because she pushed the human out of her. So, you know, as a husband, you have to be understanding of that. Like, she's just done with things coming in and out of there. she needs time. So I think naturally in that male female dynamic, like, you know, you're gonna have periods where you're not, you literally have periods where, yeah, you're not engaging in sexual intimacy, at least, which forces you to be intimate in other ways. So emotional intimacy, going on dates, just talking, hanging out, which is nice. I don't mind that. I fancy myself quite the romantic, and I really enjoy going on dates. It's really fun for me. Some couples don't do that a lot. I think they just get comfortable after a while. They just get lazy. But I don't know. I really enjoy going to restaurants. I really enjoy these sort of environments. Sitting down, having good conversation. It's always nice. Obviously, I've spoken in the past about how the sort of marriage I'm looking for is one that is high in intimacy. So in the periods where we are having sexual intimacy, I wouldn't mind. I want a daily schedule. It's not schedule, but you know. But I think 3 to 4 times a week. If I had to compromise, 3 to 4 times a week would be ideal. But I think in that situation, you just want someone who's on the same page as you. not to beat a dead horse because I've spoken about this numerous times before. But yeah, there obviously will be moments where you're not being intimate for whatever reason. So you as a couple, you can decide to abstain for a period of time, just, for because it's healthy to abstain in intervals. So you can say, okay, let's put a pause on this and just focus on emotional intimacy for a while, and then we can eventually, it's like fasting. You take a break from eating food, and then you eventually you start eating again. Same thing with sex. I know girls who, there was a girl I was quite familiar with, and she was like, when it came to the conversation about the frequency of intimacy we would like to see in a relationship, we were on the same page in that regard. Unfortunately, we weren't on the same page in many other areas. So I'm Christian, she's not Christian. I'm conservative in my values and beliefs, she's not. I'm more, I don't know how to say this. I didn't think she was very, it's gonna sound mean. I'll just keep it real. I didn't think she was very bright. Just basis of conversations we had, like, I'd ask her opinions on certain things, and she just wasn't very informed. It's not necessarily about disagreeing, but it's more so you observe someone's reasoning, how they get to certain conclusions. You're like, that's just illogical. Like, what you're saying doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, some things you can disagree with them, but you can see how someone got there. Not the case with this person. I'm just like, how did you? Like, what you're saying doesn't even compute. Like, you're dividing by zero. Like, your logic is just, there is no logic. Anyway, so I just knew me and her were just not gonna work. So yeah, but it did let me know that there are women out there who would want what I want in terms of the level of intimacy in a marriage. I guess some people are okay with once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, stuff like that. I don't want to sound like a nympho or something. I feel like that's how I come off if I keep talking about it. So let me put a full stop there. How long is the video? 13 minutes. Someone asked me to do someone commented on one of my old videos, like it was a library roleplay. Actually, I saw a few people commented on it these past few weeks on that particular video, saying, they liked the video. So I was like, okay, let me just remake this video because people like it. I don't know if I remade it. I took the concept and I played with it a little bit. Watch the video. It's the one before this one. So if you're watching this, it's the video that came before this one. Posted on the same day. It's interesting is what I'll say. It's quite an interesting video. You'll have to watch it too. Watch it all the way through and you'll see what I mean. you'll see exactly what I mean. Cannot miss it. Cannot miss it. There's this YouTube channel I watch. It's called Paolo from Tokyo. Is that what it's called? Paolo from Tokyo? Or is it Paolo from Japan? I don't know. Anyway, I watched this guy with his wife and the little kid. And they... Actually, the Paolo from Tokyo YouTube channel is... There is some family content on there, but the channel where he posts his family the most is Tokyo Zebra. Yeah, he just goes on adventures with his family. It's just nice to watch. They have this little kid. His name is Wolfie. He's a baby. He's like 2. He's approaching 3 years old now. Really adorable. And it's just very interesting watching how they deal with the kids. Very hyperactive and like they constantly have to like. Sometimes he knocks things over. Like they'll be eating. He knocks something on the table and they have to clean it up. And like, you never know what he's gonna do. And he's a good kid. He's not crazy, but it's just very interesting watching the family dynamic. I really enjoy watching that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having that for myself someday. I posted about how I think I'd be happy with like a family of girls. If I just had, my heart feels warm right now. I'd love to have girls, man, like little girls. I'd be very happy. I'm just imagining myself in a house full of women. I think it'd be good to just have a little more testosterone, like just have at least one son, just to balance it out a little bit. Because I don't know, I think I'd be okay. I think I'd do good in a house full of women. I don't know. I want to know what it's like to have a son as well. So if I had like a couple daughters and one son, that'd be dope. But yeah, man, I really want girls. I'd be very, very happy with that. I don't know why. I just like the idea. It just fills my heart with joy and warmth when I think about that. So yeah. Marriage is a big responsibility. I wonder like what I have to do to get ready for that. Like what lessons do I still need to learn? What challenges do I need to overcome? What experience do I need to gain? I don't know. I don't know. The big thing in my head is my finances. I need to make sure my finances are in line so I can support. I really, 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 really want to homeschool my kid. I want to be in a situation where I can have my wife educate my children. You know, that's the traditional role, the traditional makeup where it's like, dad is working, mom is at home educating the kids. Your mom is your teacher. when they're of age, they can go to university if they want to go to university, or they can pursue other things. I don't want to send them to like a traditional school. I don't want to send them to school, period. Just because I think we can do a good job ourselves. I think people are made to feel like you can't. Like, no, leave it to these institutions. You don't know what you're doing, yada, yada, yada. It's not true. There's so many, especially these days, so many resources at our disposal we can use to teach our kids. And also, it's like, we're more capable than we realize. So with the combination of the internet and all these other resources that are available, and just applying your own intellect, you'd be very surprised how effective the homeschooling method is. And statistically, these kids that get homeschooled, they score higher in these standardized tests. In America, I know with the SATs, the homeschooled kids score higher than the average public school kid. And they tend to enjoy learning more, and they work less hours. So in many situations, it's like 3-hour days. Your school day is 3 hours in a homeschool environment, but it's 3 hours of focused work. And the issue with public schools is one teacher dividing your attention amongst 30 kids. It's not efficient, and it's like the day is split up into all these different bits and pieces, and so much time is wasted transferring to this classroom to the next, and there's so many different things that end up wasting time. Wasting your time, wasting your parents' time, because your parents have to waste time taking you to school, making you lunch, attending these meetings, attending these events. All this, so much time gets wasted, or just not used efficiently. In a homeschool environment, you can focus the time, minimize the school day to like 3 hours, and then your child has more time to like engage in extracurricular activities. So maybe you can let them join a sports club so they can meet other kids. They can join a book club. You can organize with parents in your community to get the kids together so they can, engage in social activities and stuff like that. And your kid will have a wonderful childhood where they're allowed to be a kid without all this pressure of exams and tests and all this standardized testing that puts them in this very narrow box. Your kid can actually have a very wonderful childhood, and they can still be very much educated. Even like the way they do maths in public school these days is so inefficient. They've come up with these very complicated new methods of long division, for example. Like, have you seen the new long division they do? It's very different to what I was taught in high school. Very complicated, and I don't know why. Like, and parents don't understand it, so even like if you bring it home to your mom to help you after school, she doesn't know what the fuck is going on. So it's like, we're just making it harder and harder for these kids, man. And I know why they're doing it, but if I say why, people are gonna call me a conspiracy theorist. I'll say it anyway. They're trying to make kids dumber. You make kids dumber, and then they're easier to go. If you have an entire generation of kids that have gone through the system, and you've overcomplicated things, therefore reducing their capacity for knowledge, you have a dumber citizenship. A dumber citizenship is easier to control. You can tell them do this, and you can tell them do that, and they'll do it. They'll do it without questioning you, because they're not really thinking. It's the last thing you want. And I think that's why a lot of places try their best to ban homeschooling. We hear people pushing to regulate homeschooling and really like assess what are you teaching your kids, how are you teaching your kids, what are your hours looking like, da, 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 da. It defeats the point of homeschooling when you have to do all that, because the whole point of homeschooling is to get away from the system, right? So now when you try to get inside our homes and monitor everything we're doing, and we have to report to you all the time, like, we might as well just send them to public school, because it's the same thing. Because they know, like, they can't brainwash the kids if they're at home with their parents who actually love them. The government does not love your kids. I hate when people buy this lie that the government has your best interests at heart, and we're just trying to serve you and protect you. It's like, this is the government. They only care about themselves and power and money. They don't care about you. I don't know when it became cool to trust the government. Honestly, at some point people just decided, like, hey, let's trust the government, guys. When? Why? Don't trust the government. Don't do that. Please. Anyway, so I need a woman who's on the same page. She's just like, yeah, fuck the government. Like, I want to raise my kids. I want to keep my kids close. I want to dedicate myself to my children, to my family. Oh, it's a beautiful life, man. It's a wonderful life. Oh my God. I would. Okay, calm down, Jesse. Calm down. A woman like that would be very attractive to me. That's what I'm trying to say. This is a very big turn on when like-minded. Let me end the video before I say something crazy. Thanks for watching. You know I like that. Pray. Peace and blessings, all that good stuff. So, thank you for this individual watching this right now. Thank you for making them whole and unique. Thank you that you're guiding them on a path towards peace, prosperity, purpose. Thank you that you've blessed them with great people in their life who love them, take care of them, bring the best out of them. Bring the best out of them. And then thank you that you're introducing new people that do the same thing as well. Thank you that this person has so much to be thankful for. When they wake up in the morning, they can just count all the wonderful things in their life, and that they're grateful for those things: roof over their head, food to eat, bed to sleep on, friends, family, whatever it may be. Just help them be thankful for whatever they have that's good, and that through the spirit of gratitude they can attract even more blessings, Lord. So good health, long life, and happiness over this person and everyone they care about. In my name I pray, in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.